Aptos is a promising layer 1 blockchain, but its reputation was ruined by its association with FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. Can Aptos recover, and does it have what it takes to be a competitive layer 1? Well, today I'm going to get to the bottom of Aptos and make a case for its potential move in the next bull run. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Make sure to smash the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. So let's talk about Aptos. What happened with the Aptos launch, and what did it have to do with FTX? In July, back when Sam Bankman-Fried still had the wool pulled over everyone's eyes, Aptos received a $150 million Series A funding round from Sam and FTX. Launch had a rocky start, to say the least. The token price plummeted almost immediately, and the promised lightning-fast speeds were moving at a glacial pace. And even though Aptos only released its tokenomics one day before its tokens hit exchanges, FTX, along with Binance, offered perpetual futures contracts for Aptos right out of the gate. Some even speculated the FTX shorted Aptos like it's been known to do with other projects launched on the FTX platform. Since we covered this part already, click the link down below in the description for more on that. Long story short, despite the promising tech and speed of Aptos like ICP, it was taken advantage of and used as a VC pump and dump. Big surprise. It's no secret Aptos tanked because of its association with SBF. Aptos released a statement on November 9th that helped the price recover since they clarified that no Aptos treasury was being held by FTX. It doesn't mean FTX wasn't one of Aptos' biggest investors. They also had funding from Three Arrows Capital before it went bankrupt, Coinbase Ventures, Paxos, and others. All told, it raised almost $200 million from hedge funds and VCs. So even though there might have been some bad actors in play, the question is there enough cash flow to really make this blockchain successful? Yes, thanks to the block STM parallel execution engine, Aptos can theoretically process up to 160,000 transactions per second, but that doesn't mean there aren't things that could hold it back either. Actually, it's a project with a laundry list of pros and cons, so let's go over the cons first. First is the Aptos token. Transactions per second were not even close to what it could be when it first launched, where it was only at 4 TPS. It did speed back up once the ecosystem grew, but to say that APT got wrecked by FTX, well, it was a bad start for the coin. It has an inflationary supply, meaning that as it stands right now, more tokens can and will be created, which could affect its long-term value. The initial distribution was spread among the community, core contributors, foundation, and investors. 6 months after the listing, more tokens will be released, and although a lot of these tokens are locked, it's still possible to stake them. This means locked tokens can still receive rewards, which can be sold and cause downward pressure on the price. Some investors are concerned that the valuation is no longer $4 billion after everything that's happened with Aptos post-launch, including the value of the token taking a nosedive and FTX and Three Arrows Capital going belly up. Others question whether the Aptos team benefited somehow from the chaotic launch, and whether it's doomed to suffer the same regulatory overreach as Libra and Diem. Although, in my opinion, this is comparing apples and oranges because outside of Facebook, this is more like another blockchain project where before, when Libra was being developed under Facebook, things were just more complicated. Now the good news. The biggest selling feature of the Aptos blockchain and its token APT is the project's code. It uses its own virtual machine, which is a rare find. First, Aptos separates itself from the field by using parallel execution. This is where the speed comes from. This is when the transactions are performed simultaneously and they're validated later down the line. More like a shoot first, ask questions later type of blockchain compared to sequential blockchains. It's flexible, meaning that platforms can choose to manage concurrency or not to manage it. Concurrency just means whether different parts of a program or algorithm can be executed out of order without affecting the final result. You might have heard of SWI, the blockchain currently in development that also uses Move. The difference between Aptos and SWI is that with Aptos you don't manage concurrency, and SWI developers have to manage concurrency themselves. This means that Aptos is faster and SWI is more flexible. Aptos uses a classic blockchain approach where validators order and batch transactions, and SWI uses directed acyclic graph. That's a little technical, but now you're ready to bring out the big guns when someone asks you what you think of SWI versus Aptos. Aptos is undeniably cutting-edge research and development, and like I said earlier, Solana devs can easily move without issue. Despite its rocky start, thanks to Sam and the gang, I feel that Aptos can come out of this on time. Don't forget, this coin is pegged as a Solana killer. Sure, they're both VC projects, but Aptos can process 95,000 more transactions per second than Solana, and it hasn't had to deal with the outages like Solana has either. No matter how you look at it, Aptos is on the cutting edge of blockchain technology and one that has the potential to move in the next bull run. It's one I'll be watching for sure. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.